It was only opened a few weeks ago by the King and the entire Belgian government, but already the Museum of Holocaust and Human Rights at Mechelen is causing great controversy, mainly because of those words at the end of the title, human rights.
This is an analysis of the Shoah, the Holocaust in Belgium, as you can see, for instance, in Budapest too, where Hungary is the subject. This is on Belgium, that's the first element. Secondly, we are introducing not only trying to analyze the victims, what did they did, how did they did, why, but we are also trying to analyze the perpetrators. Who were they? How can we explain that apparently ordinary people, as you and me, can be able in certain circumstances to become mass murderers? It is also a museum on collective violence, on the Holocaust and of collective violence, group pressure, group violence, which can become in certain circumstances genocidal.
The controversy is about that certain people, a lot of people in fact, think that the memory is lost of the Shoah in a museum which is a little bit cold and not totally dedicated only to the Holocaust. Also, some people fear that the way it's presented like just murder, and not a Holocaust and a killing of a population, systematic killing of the population. So it doesn't have the architectural system, doesn't represent really the circumstances of how people were imprisoned there and brought to the camps. So it is really a shame that it's not fully used in order to educate people and to give the feeling back, the real feeling back of how horrible it was to be imprisoned there.
The decision to explore collective violence and the abuse of human rights in general and not concentrate on the Holocaust has proved too much for some. Daniel Dratva, the director of the Brussels Jewish Museum, resigned by letter from the Mechelen board. We invited Mr. Dratva to explain his objections, but he declined to be interviewed on camera. He did tell JN1 that his decision to resign was an ethical one, and that he could not accept giving equal prominence to the victims of Auschwitz and to those who perpetrated the Holocaust.
We said at the opening of the memorial, we do realize it's probably not perfect, but we estimate that it must be an ongoing process in which maybe in 5 years there will be, in 2 years, in 1 year, we will evaluate and maybe some changes will have to be brought. And we are ready to sit and discuss with people, but not under this way. I mean, I'm getting a letter. Before I even open it, I get a mail already from someone who reacts to the letter which is being sent to me. I mean, that's not the way I work, not the way I function. And I regret it. My father was deported from Mechelen. He came back. He was one of the 1,270 who came back. He died at the age of 42. I was 7. He died because of what the sufferance which he had in the concentration camp. So when I receive a letter, and again, everyone is entitled to his or her opinion, but writing to me as a son of a deportee, I'm also the chairman, by the way, of the memorial in Anderlecht, right, which we are starting works in the next couple of weeks and which we hope to finish next year. Saying to someone like me that I've shown, or we have shown, not enough respect for that aspect and that aspect, that moves me terribly.
Whether there will be changes at Mechelen depend on how the politicians react to the protests and whether they seek to give back reality to history. This is Colin Stevens for JN1 at Mechelen in Belgium.